Let us talk about the level of entitlement that we have oozing around in the society today. And I don't know where people have managed to get this level of guts from. Eh? So I saw an X yesterday morning where someone was, talking about this his friend that is getting married in a couple of days or so. His friend that is getting married, I can't remember the timeline now. So he called up this guy saying that he wouldn't be able to attend his friend's wedding. So he called up his friend and told him, bro, yo, I'm not going to be able to attend your wedding and all of that. I would add a screenshot of that particular post here. So he said to him, I wouldn't be able to attend your wedding because of probably unforeseen circumstances or something. But please do send me your account details and let me forward you 50,000 naira. And while they were on the call, I am giving this narration so that you would see the level of entitlement. While they were on the call, this guy told him, so you're trying to tell me that it is 23 pounds or 25 pounds that you have to give me for my wedding? And immediately the guy now told him, okay, no problem. Since it is too little for you, no problem. I'm going to put my money into a more noble cause. And the guy came to share it on X and said that he does not understand. And me, I read the post and I'm like, where are people getting their balls from? Because it feels like we now exist in a society of people being unknowingly entitled. I don't know how to say this. Nobody told you to go and marry wife, first of all. Nobody told you to go and marry. Nobody told you to fix your wedding. This your marriage is not benefiting anybody else but you. You are the only person that sat down and said, okay, I feel that I have arrived at a state in my life where I want to get married. So let me put one, two, three together, and you have decided to now get married. And someone who is meant to attend this was not meant to. The person you've invited, this person, and the person says, okay, oh, okay, I will come or I will not come. And at the long run, the person now puts two and two together and now says, okay, this money I am going to use and travel down all the way to come, maybe fuel my car. I don't know where the person is. Maybe they are both in the UK, or maybe this person who is sending the money, from what I perceive, probably the person is in the abroad, okay? And maybe considering the amount it is going to take him to come from the abroad to Nigeria, whichever country he's in, and all that, he says, okay, I may not be able to afford this. Let me send this guy this amount of money. And there is this one who now says, who is the weather, the person who is about to get married, now says, no, 25 pounds or thereabouts. I can't remember the figure, but it was 25 pounds, I think. I'll put it here. That 25 pounds is too little. So it was even the tone. He says, so you mean to tell me that it is 25 pounds you have to give me for my wedding? It is either that some people are moving colo in this, no, some people are moving colo in this sphere of life, because I don't get why you are okay. I wish I could even ask the guy. Wish sometimes when people do things, you need to bring them out to the public space so that we can ask them honest questions. How much were you expecting from this person to give you? How much were you expecting this person to give you? And honestly, I'm not going to say um that the person who gave 50K should have given more. You don't know the responsibilities the person is carrying. You don't know the things the person has to shelve or had to shelve to give you this 50K. All I am saying is that let us normalize taking gestures from people with absolute gratitude and not telling people what they should or should not do. We have such an obscure mentality of people thinking that people can afford certain things because we perceive them in a certain way. That someone is living in the abroad does not mean the person can give you 1,000 pounds. It's not the person that sent you to go and get married. The person did not send you to go and find wife. That your marriage is not benefiting the person in any way, shape, or form. So the person can give what they feel, oh, I should give. And this goes to like other things. when people have events, you should not be expecting saying, ah, I know this person at Chamo where he be. And that is what we do in Nigeria. We just have, a mindset that, ah, this person now got pata pata, you should be able to afford this, you should be able to give me this amount. And then when the person now goes ahead to give you something lower, you now go ahead to say, can you imagine? So this man, it's only this amount of money he was able to give me. Can you imagine? This man that was expecting, and sometimes we would have even punched our calculators to say, if this person comes, he's going to give me 500K, this person gives me 1 million, this one gives me another 1.5, and all that. We punch those calculators, and then we're arriving at an expected received amount. It's madness that is doing you, honestly. But I don't get it. I don't get why people do that. I just decided to share it, and don't do that. Nobody owes you anything. Realize, come to a full and actual realization that no one owes you a dime. Like, not even your father, not your mother, not I the first set of video, I think the first or the second third video I made on this channel was talking about dealing with entitlement mentality, and that is what is raving our society at this point. A lot of times people just have an idea in their heads that, oh, this person should do this thing. And then another entitlement mentality that we have in our society is this other one about how people should spend their money. This one is another conversation on its own, but it's something I always talk about with some of my friends. How do you sit down and come to a conclusion that this person should, even though you know that this person can afford this thing, but that this person should purchase this thing? Is another level of wickedness and entitlement that I don't understand. Because you know that someone can afford something does not mean you can now determine for the person what they should spend their money on. Don't do that. You cannot tell a person how the person should spend their money, on what the person should spend their money on. So, my brethren, it is a free world, it is a free society. But remember that your freedom, where your freedom begins and ends, is where another person's freedom begins too. All right. So if this video has blessed you, don't forget, this is Ezinne-Speaks. So I think the talk was so hot on my mind that I forgot to even greet you people. Pardon my being rude. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You know, like, give this video a thumbs up, and of course, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.